You're rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
No one would have thought that behind the cold smile of a world champion, there is a growing anxiety. Pecco Bagnaia, the proud Italian rider who twice brought Ducati to the top of the world, is now rumored to no longer feel comfortable in his own home. And it all stems from one important moment, Marc Marquez's entry into the factory Ducati team. The presence of Marquez, the living legend of MotoGP, does bring great hope for Ducati to make new history. But on the other hand, Marc's presence also brought major changes in the team's internal dynamics, changes that reportedly began to shift Pecco's dominant position. From the outside, all seemed well. They stood side by side, shared the podium, and occasionally threw a smile at the camera. But from inside the garage, a different story began to emerge. Unspoken tensions, increasingly personal rivalries, and a sense of losing control of his own team began to creep in. Rumors were swirling. Yamaha, in the midst of a major rebuilding project, saw a golden opportunity. And reportedly, they were ready to welcome Bagnaia with open arms, promising him a main position, a new bike, and full freedom as the leader of the 2026 project. Even Jack Miller, Pecco's old colleague who now races for Pramac Yamaha, opened his voice and made a surprising comment about this move. So, will Pecco really leave Ducati for Yamaha? Will this internal drama be the beginning of the destruction of red dominance in MotoGP? And here's the rest of the news. Hot rumors are rolling back in the MotoGP paddock. Francesco Pecco Bagnaia, the main star of the Lenovo Ducati team, is reportedly considering a surprising move, moving to Yamaha next season. This news surfaced after rumors circulated that the relationship between Bagnaia and his new partner at Ducati, Marc Marquez, was starting to heat up. Although there has been no official statement from Bagnaia, a number of inside sources say that the atmosphere in the Ducati garage is no longer as harmonious as before. Marquez's dominance and strong aura is said to have made Bagnaia feel that he was no longer the center of the team's attention, a shift that made the two-time world champion start looking at other options. Yamaha, who are rebuilding their MotoGP project, are said to be interested in Bagnaia as a key figure in their revival. The connection between Bagnaia and his former teammate, Fabio Quartararo, is also predicted to be a deadly combination on the track. Responding to these rumors, Jack Miller, who is now in the Pramac Yamaha uniform, spoke up. Pecco's former teammate expressed his views in a casual but sharp tone. Pecco moved to Yamaha? Interesting if it's true. But in my opinion, he just needs a little time to adapt to the new dynamics at Ducati. But yes, if he feels uncomfortable with Marquez, who can blame him? Everyone knows how big Marc's character is in whatever team he is in, Miller said with a smile during the interview session. Miller also added that Yamaha would benefit greatly if it really succeeded in recruiting Bagnaia. He is a smart, fast racer and has winning experience. If Yamaha can give a competitive bike, Pecco can immediately tune in. And hey, who knows, we can reunite again, this time wearing blue, he added with a laugh. Right now, all eyes are on Ducati and Yamaha waiting for the next step. Is Pecco really going to leave the Italian manufacturer that has taken him to the top of the world, or is this just a behind-the-scenes pressure game to ensure his position remains strong in the team? On the other hand, the shocking news is that Pecco Bagnaia is seriously considering leaving Ducati and joining Yamaha next season. Not without reason. According to several reliable sources in the paddock, Pecco's discomfort since the presence of Marc Marquez in the Ducati factory team is the main trigger for this potential big move. Cooling relationships in the Ducati garage. Since Marc Marquez's arrival at Ducati, the team's internal atmosphere has reportedly changed drastically. Marquez, with his myriad of titles and charisma, brought a new dynamic to the team that was previously solid under Pecco's leadership. Although officially there was no open conflict, various body language and expressions in some paddock moments showed tensions that could not be ignored. Bagnaia himself gave a diplomatic statement when asked about his new partner. Marc and I are two riders with strong characters. Of course there are differences in approach, but we remain professional, Pecco said in a post-race interview at Jerez. However, internal sources say that Pecco feels that his position and influence in technical decision-making is starting to shift. The technical team that used to focus entirely on him has now begun to share their attention with Marquez. This made the 2022 and 2023 world champion feel that he was no longer the king in his own house. Yamaha opens wide doors. Seeing a great opportunity, Yamaha immediately moved quickly. After several seasons of slumping and only relying on Fabio Quartararo as the spearhead, Yamaha wants to rebuild their era of glory. They realize that this project cannot only rely on one racer. According to leaked information from the Le Mans paddock last week, Yamaha has held preliminary talks with Bagnaia's management. Their offer is reportedly quite tempting, both in terms of finance and Pecco's central role in the development of the 2026 version of the YZR M1 motorbike. If an agreement is reached, this will be a very significant strategic step, considering that Yamaha is also said to be negotiating to return to being a team with full technical support from Europe, in order to catch up with technology from Ducati. Jack Miller opens his voice. One figure who knows Pecco's character well is Jack Miller, his former teammate at Ducati and now defending the Pramac Yamaha satellite team. In an exclusive interview session, Miller gave a casual but meaningful comment. Pecco to Yamaha? I'm not surprised. Honestly, I know he is a person who really appreciates the stability and loyalty of the team. But if he feels uncomfortable at Ducati because he has to share the stage with MARC, it's only natural that he looks for other options, Miller said while sipping his energy drink. Furthermore, Miller added, a Yamaha is a big team. They are on the rise. If they can sign Pecco, it will be a strong statement. I'm really happy if I can be in the same family with him again, this time in the Yamaha paddock. And yes, maybe this time I'll give him a slipstream, he said with a laugh. Miller also poked fun at Marquez's racing style, which is often in the spotlight, even within the same team. Marc is an amazing rider, but he also has a way that is unique when it comes to the internal team. Not everyone fits in. And Pecco? He needs space, he's a calm leader. The combination of two characters like that can sometimes be a time bomb. What's Ducati's next move? Ducati itself has not issued an official statement about this news. However, MotoGP observers say that losing Pecco will be a big loss for the manufacturer from Bologna. Pecco is a symbol of the glory of Ducati's new era, the VR46 Academy rider who brought the Italian manufacturer back to the top. If the departure is true, Ducati must immediately find a replacement who is not only fast, but can also lead the development of a motorbike that has been very suitable for Bagnaia's racing style. Conclusion: new drama on the MotoGP horizon. Is this just part of a contract negotiation strategy or really the beginning of a big breakup? What is certain is that the drama in the world of MotoGP will not stop anytime soon. Pecco Bagnaia's move to Yamaha could be the most surprising transfer since Jorge Lorenzo moved from Yamaha to Ducati a few years ago. MotoGP 2025 is getting more interesting, and as always, the drama off the track is no less hot than the action on the asphalt. Ahead of the MotoGP series at the Bugatti Le Mans circuit this weekend, the spotlight is on the Pramac Yamaha satellite team and its flagship rider, Jack Miller, who is known to be testing the latest prototype engine for the YZR M1. The testing was carried out in a closed session on the same track, as part of the development of the Yamaha bike, which is struggling to catch up with its main rivals. The new engine tested by Miller is the latest variant of the inline four configuration that has become the YZR M1's trademark. However, this time Yamaha has brought major changes to the engine's internal systems, including the combustion chamber design, electronic mapping, and throttle response, which is claimed to be smoother yet still aggressive on corner exits. This prototype is said to be the first step towards a major evolution of the YZR M1 for the 2026 season. Jack Miller himself, who recently rejoined Yamaha through the Pramac team after several seasons with other manufacturers, was appointed as the main rider to test the characteristics of this new machine. Miller's extensive experience across a range of bikes and manufacturers makes him a key figure in providing the technical input the Yamaha development team needs. Overall, this is progress. The engine has more stable thrust and is less wild when exiting corners, especially in slow sectors like here at Le Mans. There is still a lot to refine, but this is a promising start, Miller told the media crew after a closed test session on Tuesday morning. In the last few seasons, Yamaha has often been criticized because their inline-4 engine is considered less competitive in terms of top speed and acceleration than the V4 engines owned by Ducati, KTM and Aprilia. With limited development during the season, Yamaha is now utilizing satellite team riders like Miller to speed up the testing and data collection process. Yamaha Racing Technical Manager Takuya Fujimoto confirmed that the prototype will continue to be developed throughout the first half of the season. He also mentioned that Miller's input will be combined with feedback from factory riders such as Fabio Quartararo and Alex Rins, to formulate a fully competitive engine package starting next season. This machine is the result of more than a year's work. We started from scratch to fix our main weaknesses, especially in terms of acceleration and overtaking ability. Jack has responded positively so far, and we will continue to evaluate throughout this weekend, Fujimoto said. Although this prototype machine will not be used in official racing sessions, this trial is a signal that Yamaha is starting to open a new chapter in their technical strategy. Especially with pressure from various parties for the Japanese manufacturer to return to competing at the top level after European domination, which has continued to strengthen in the last 5 seasons. The Le Mans MotoGP will be an important stage to see if Yamaha's initial steps are promising enough, and whether Jack Miller can have a positive influence both from a technical perspective and race results. One thing is for sure, the public spotlight is now not only on the title race, but also on Yamaha's journey to rediscover their winning DNA.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Casamigos to the face, baby I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane, jealous of